could be short, or it could be long. We're gonna drop into this final map, potentially, for the Falcons.
Give me that circle, and we are slicing and dicing Urzikstan. From farms to seaport we go, and maybe we get a potential for it to pull to the north, just on the outskirts of military base, or maybe we go down to the south, we revisit the ranch. A lot of battles here, especially when you think of the Bazaar. A lot of hot starts over there, but it doesn't matter because all eyes on Popov and no one willing to risk it and feed them even more eliminations. Juki's, though, is he off his leash? He's going rogue. I saw him land in just on the other side of Shifty there.
We got nobody?
Not a single soul.
What? One vehicle? Who is it? It's Zach. Hey, Zach. By himself in a vehicle? Nobody dropped Popov? Are you kidding me? I know you want money, I get it. We'll see what happens. They're gonna walk out with about 50K and they've got a good opportunity to win, but it's definitely not all she wrote. Now, Tip, you talked about that circle. It's a big moment to talk about because it could go back to farms. What have we seen in farms? 2 in circles there yesterday. One of those, Falcons got second. The other, they won with a massive margin. That was the biggest game I believe they dropped yesterday with that win. I think it was pushing 60 points. So still a lot of history in farms for them as we head to the Gulag as COD Community apparently in trouble.
Well, mind you, they only need like 16 points to breach 150 scum in here against Huskers. Exiles trying to hold it together and breach top of the leaderboard, earn the most they can. The zip comes out, and Huskers takes it and baits it, and Scumman's just shooting, and Husker takes it to him!
Back to back with the fake! The broken legs, the broken neck. See you later, Scumman.
The broken ego, if I gotta say.
Okay, my guy Husk is styling on him here in the Gulag. I love that start. Unfortunately, not a great start for the team, albeit a great moment for Huskers. We're gonna see where they go to regain. Now, Popov, not very active right now. We do see Team FIFA kill. They've moved all the way up to the north side of Popov. This is not unfamiliar territory for them. They've done this now several times. North side of Popov, and then they usually rotate towards Levin. But with this zone favoring the eastern side, they could come through and try to take and contest against the Falcons.
Well, we've got Squad's Insight Gaming on your screen. DRN for now. Destroy looking for angles, see if we can catch Stukax out. Maybe some early eliminations as Nate Dogg is isolated over here by himself. Can we get this 1v1 against them? Well, maybe. We reunite with the homies over in Lowtown.
Just a quick look at FaZe, by the way. Again, top 5. You can see our top 5 in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Obviously a massive margin between first and second, but the Falcons just need a win. CT Red. A lot of cheers from the crowd for them. Unfortunately, FaZe is going to swing in and likely clean this one up. Dark says, I'm out of here. Jason here back on his feet only for a millisecond as Sage is pushing the equation. Great fragger today for this team, but it's been a team effort as they clean up. Likely Castillo humped him through the water, pistol in hand.
Not like
Castillo
that.
is out, and CT Red headed to the Gulag. FaZe is moving on all cylinders as we swing back to Aiden, who just hit a zip from Super. They got their loadout so fast, and they're trying to contest this Lowtown area.
But 38 points are needed from this map for them. And COD Community, well, 18. Dongy in the Gulag, Scumman back into the mix, especially after we saw that play from Huskers. But Unrational here, you've got Noobs on the other side, and Scumman backs down and out. One more elimination, it's Vitality. Can we find Steve-O? And we've already breaking the plates there.
To the Gulag we go with Dongy. Let's see if he can get the better of his opponent this time, and I believe that stick. Not quite a fastball special, there's no thermite, but a stick straight to the chest and ran away from his opponent. Nice take, a nice win. 1-1 in the Gulag for COD Community, and frankly, unfortunately for Vitality, they are 0 for 10 or so that they've tried to contest this COD Community team, whether off drop or right after drop.
Kind of interesting here as see that next circle starts to pull. Do we go to the north? Do we hang towards the farms? Do we center on up? A lot of our squads omit EU over on Manor, but this is a very similar pool to the ending that we saw when we went to the coast on the outskirts of military base. And that just goes to show you, honestly, look at the Falcons and how spread out they are. We have one roaming industrial, two down in pop-off. All you have to do is isolate them out, but no one ever goes towards that side of the map. Omit NA. They start in Rostava, and they've been working their way on the western side of things. Nano in their sights. We only connect for a couple bullets here, and you see the one player up in the air giving all the comms for Nano.
Golly, that map view is crazy. The fact that we've got a zone pulling towards pop-off and military as Omit NA clean up a couple kills is wild. They're just gonna lie in wait and wait for anybody to try to chow them. Frankly, if I am the Falcons, I'm getting as many resources as humanly possible. I need every ounce of information I can find. I need recon drones, I need UAVs, and I need those durable gas masks if we can get them. Of course, you want to use some recon contracts to find the new zones. You need to know if it's going to be your side of the river or if we do pull to military. Military pull is massive for this team. Again, you only need, it looks like 31 total kills, or total points rather, in order to make it to our threshold. FaZe Black right there in the mix. COD Community a little bit in a blender, but way less needed from them.
You see the streaks being called in. You got a portable radar in the back pocket. The Revenge Tour team already focusing on Na'Vi, sending them for the hills, but we take the high ground here for flanked. Give the comms to the players as they push up onto J-Tech. You can see Blast just over there on the left within the smokes. J-Tech there, falls, and just looking for the full, gets it. Now we just have to locate B-Mark.
This is a nice team wipe again. When you need 31 points, you do need a sizable amount of kills. And then that multiplier is incredibly important as well. B-Mark gets beamed. And FaZe Black are off to the races to figure out where they need to go from here. New zone's about to pop, but Team Aiden is back into Superstore after a northern pull. They said, let's head down to Lowtown and hedge our bets. And we go, no, let's head back to our drop spot. And look who's here for a regain after likely losing Bazaar. It's Panda trying to find a place on the map that they can call their home in the latter half of this tournament.
Well, FaZe on your screen, and you've also got the Epions, and well, let's see if we can take them down. Freddy on the roof, you can see the Bunker Buster will connect for some damage and be a little detrimental towards them, but Sage just needs to find that opening. It's gonna be Swag, though, that brings it straight to him.
FaZe can definitely drop a big enough game to get to our threshold. You need 39 points as of right now. That is well within reason for a team this talented. They haven't, I don't think, dropped a game that big, but they've been close a couple times. They need a 2x multiplier or more, and of course they gotta make sure that the Falcons don't win. Couple other key notes though, up into pop-off, Cloud9 has taken a northern rotation for the first time since the start of this tournament. Cloud9 went from Seaport all the way up and are contesting in pop-off with the Falcons. We'll tune into that in a little bit because it does look like Biffle's taking down 4 and Jace, which means the Falcons likely are going to get a clean wipe here shortly.
There's a couple other teams still up in the north as well with Cloud9 Revenge Tour. They like to position themselves towards that end game early and then let the fighting do the work for teams that still are on the brink of 150. The squad on your screen, 15 points away, and then you check in with the Falcons, and man, it's kind of scary when you start seeing the north clear out for them.
Oh, Joe on the rotation fighting B-Mark means Biffle can get an easy third party. He's going to steal that kill away from B-Mark and says, hey, thanks for cleaning that up for me, my man. Now I'm on 2. How about I kill you as well? That's 3 if he can get the clean wipe. Take a look at this new zone. It's not a true pop-off circle, and frankly, probably won't end there at all. We might be seeing that Superstore South military circle that's actually going to favor where the Exiles are and FaZe Black.
It's one of those circles I was calling out while we were chatting before the game. I was like, hey, can we get one of them? That would be great to see. For COD Community, though, who land Zaravan City, have one of the longest rotations, and the timing will be of the essence. But first, we've got to deal with noobs. We've got to deal with Vitality. Yet again, we do it with ease. Dongi on 5 eliminations, 9 minutes in to the drop number 7.
Dongi is not looking to relinquish that top fragger title that he has currently earned. And again, this squad has worked so hard through every single map to make some of the hardest rotations through city and across the river. And finding Patzuka, Vitality has just been in a blender this whole tournament, unfortunately. And Rational is going to say, hey, Dongi, that's for you, my man. We're going to set you up for success and continue to make sure that you are the top fragger. I think that's now 6 for Dongi. Make it 7 for Dongi in this game. if you had any question that COD community would be past our threshold after this one, I'm sure those questions are dropping out of your head quick.
Still got to get to the north we go, into Lowtown or through it. Omit EU elsewhere. Aiden's team fighting multiple squads, getting into the mix, but now we set our sights onto the dark. He peeks, Unrational connects, we rip the plates off him. Can we take it from Castillo? This damage that Unrational has been able to do with the Moors is allowing Dongy and Scummin to just circle around them and deal the rest of the damage and get those eliminations.
Unrational's played the perfect support player. You're not going to see him on the top fragging list, but he is setting up his teammates for success over and over again. It would be fun to look at his damage as well to set up his teammates. But Dongy's going to make the push, look for the isolation of the 1v1. Castillo out, not a full isolation though. We lose Dongy in the process. Again, a hair too aggressive. This team could have played slower and they could have saved Dongy's life. Instead, they're going to spend some cash. Back up to Popov, the only team in Popov, at least on this side of Popov, on the south-hand side. It's this Revenge Tour squad. We got B-Mark, J-Tech, and Slide. They're here to play, and they've been up here all day. And frankly, I'm not sure they're getting paid for it. They've been hanging out near the edge of Kotovo and Popov, and have had a little bit of a slow day today.
Yeah, they had that buy station there that they had just passed by, and it was during that fire sale course of time. We see just how much funds the Falcons have in the back of their pocket. We all have durables, we have self-reses, we've got the UAVs. We are poised to take this towards the end, and knowing that all of them usually have a portable buy, but it's FaZe, and they keep on moving. You can see Superstore just upon the horizon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's definitely Aiden shooting out over the top of them. With Superstore still in zone, they said, we dropped here, and we're gonna defend it as well. Aiden, they need a pretty big game, but everybody's coming to them. Just a question of how many kills can they pick up in that rotation. FaZe having a good one right now, a sizable amount of eliminations for this squad. Currently 4, obviously, for Sage, looking to figure out where do we go from here. Redeploy drones and everything in between. They've got every piece of resources they need to find success on this map, and they have cleaned out Lowtown. And now just got to figure out, do we want to run at Superstore? Do we want to run at Aiden? Or do we need to maybe make a different rotation? I think they're going to wait on this zone. So let's take a look at that zone if we can. It's going to be closing here in about 10 seconds and see where it goes. Does it go to military? Is it the one we've been waiting for? I think it might be, Tiff.
If it does, I love where Team Aiden has positioned themselves in Superstore with that buy station. And man, this is going to get wild really quick. I look towards Team Zach, who have actually fallen dead center for the most part on that island. FaZe now have to rotate just a little north, just to where we saw Superstore, right? Team Aiden in. But think of how open this positioning is. And I love that you see Omit EU in the dead center with the train. So they'll have a buy station, resupply on that ammo cache. But how are the Falcons going to approach this one? You've got Omit NA just towards your east.
Yep. Omit NA is trying to play gatekeepers. And, well, the Falcons say, let's stay true to our namesake. Let's take to the skies. And whether or not that's a good decision, we'll decide here shortly, because they are on edge of zone. Young trying to shoot beams, trying to shoot down the heli. And so Shifty has to run a marathon to get to zone. No kills to his name, but it doesn't matter. They don't need him. Just a win is needed from this squad. Omit NA trying to play gatekeepers. This is a fight that's going to happen. Without a vehicle, it has to happen if you're Omit NA. They're having a good day today, but they need a great day. And to do that, you need more games.
No, I don't even want them to be gatekeepers. I want them to pull a full-on Gandalf and say, you shall not pass. But Biffle still putting the hurt down onto Omit NA. The smokes come out, try to cut those lines of sight, but all it's going to take, one live ping, maybe an advanced UAV. They've got the funds. They've already thrown down the portable buy, and Biffle is looking to get mixy. Thought about jumping up on the truck, doesn't do it, but Omit NA dropped to the low ground, and from the north, you can see another squad, EP Downs, want to get in on the action.
Yeah, Revenge Tour also playing cross. We're going to do a quick listen in with the Falcons to see where they go from here, because there's a lot of teams looking at them.
First team at this game, look at this guy. Our tower's got a car, they're just laying down, look, they're laying down. They're getting shot in the back, probably. They're just laying down on our side. Cracked them. Still with their car, I got a pee on that shit, alright? I got a pee on that shit. I'm gonna back up and get some shit. Look behind us.
You did recon, by the way.
They're gonna get 30, bro. Look, they're all about to fucking fight hella. I'm gonna grab a fucking mortar real quick, though. So set up this game. I got a util box.
We'll go get some too. I'm getting the mortar.
I bought a mortar and a util.
I'll buy the one.
I'm gonna get a bunker. I'll buy some shit too, okay?
I'll buy a mortar.
It'd be nice to have it in pocket.
Yo, I have a portal as well, alright? Mortar, bunker, and a UE. Look at this end game, bro. It's gonna be that one bridge end game on top side.
I got another bunk and another util, okay?
Yeah, use cover because Red Antenna is gonna look.
We just gotta buy 6 on our shit now. Right team. Yeah, we could also get another advance then. Yeah, Go drop our money. Take up a little bit of space. You see us get deep left? We have a recon drone us, by the way. Under us, just spotting us. He's just right here, idle.
Kill it.
Right here on our side, on our side, on our side. He's at it. One.
Good loot. I get that full if you can.
I'm so fucking loot. Teammates closer, teammates closer. Behind this car, behind the portable, behind the portable. Oh, bump that portable. Go over our back zip. Go over our back zip.
Looking at our back.
Bump that portable. Just make sure he's not in there.
The top side. Listen, it's that end game with one.
Nothing.
You know what I'm talking about? Top side. We only be on top side.
There you go. Right here. Yep. 3.
Well, the IGL Hisoka has spoken. He says top side, we go top side, and we'll see if he's right. I'm sure he probably is. Now, a couple teams in the area to play spoiler. Of course, you see FaZe Black there lurking in the shadows on that high ground position. They are outside the zone. The spot he's talking about is just to the south of that, and you actually see on our map that Omit EU is on the train tracks, just to the east side of that kind of northern end zone that he's talking about. So we'll see if it ends up going there. Omit NA has completely abdicated from this fight, and they've actually gone onto the island, dead center of all that water, and are reaping teams as well. So they're moving up this leaderboard pretty dramatically as FaZe Black is trying to creep down into zone, and they might be held here by the Falcons.
Oh, flanked down and out. The angles that you can take from this bridge. So if you think about the biggest threats to it, it is FaZe Black, right? They dive down to the low ground here, but also Exiles and military base side of thing, XTH. You've got a couple more over there, even Team Super Evan, but they've got to clear it out. And now Community on double-digit eliminations have set their sights onto Omit NA. Let it burn. We need 7 more points.
This island is ours. My goodness, Omit NA obliterated off the island, and Young's swimming for his life right now, looking for any semblance of a multiplier. We have 16 teams remaining, and Community likely has done enough at this point. I'm not going to call it that they're past 150 points, but I'm sure they will be, especially if they can secure top 10, which is likely looking like it will be the case. You see Super Evan's team in the Salmon 9 off the right-hand side. Omit EU on the train right now, on the train's tracks. This is win condition that the Falcons were talking about. They got here early. Anybody else that's been playing a lot of scrims, they know this spot well. Shifty a little bit isolated, knowing that the Italians are down below. He is actually out in the gas, getting held by a couple teams from distance, because he's going to smoke and run and try to help out his teammates by wiping these Italians. Unfortunately, there's a long angle on it.
There really is, but their ability to put themselves into a god spot with the least amount of resistance is uncanny. Team Super Evan there on the train, out in gas. Biffle with their eyes set straight onto him, but it backs on up. You can see Team Aiden from the south, out of Superstore we go. They seem closer to the circle alongside FaZe from the south. The big fight here is going to be Aiden. It's going to be Exiles as they reek up on that eastern side of things.
All eyes on the Falcons, but in the top right-hand corner, you see that FaZe is having a banger game right now. There is a chance if FaZe wins this, they can also breach 150 points. Yes, this might be the final map. These might be the final moments of the final map, where we could see several teams past our 150-point threshold at the end of this one. Top 10 means Community likely done enough. Super Evan falls in 11th. Unfortunately, no multipliers for you, but Hisoka on high ground. It's Youngsters playing spoiler as a solo from distance. Luckily, just a hair, enough cover to stay alive as Omit EU trying to regain, and Hisoka has a flank.
And the angles, right? Omit EU, formidable foes, but they're already preoccupied with Team Aiden on the other side. Z-Smith down and out, and Omit NA wiped. Shifty, this is where he's going to get crazy. He's going to extend out, look for these eliminations. Third party at Omit EU. The formidable foes, they're down, they're out. More eliminations across the board, but Community 0.8 points away. They're still up in it. Can they get to 150? Can they stop the Falcons?
Unbelievable. DJ Moss was able to pick up a lot of eliminations and stay alive, but the Falcons have all 3 up, and everybody else is killing each other. The Falcons are in the best position to win it all. They not only have high ground, sure, they got to move into zone, but FaZe is going viral in the water. It's Clapper trying to play spoiler. Lynn FIFA, sure, you're still up. FaZe doing everything they can to try to breach the threshold. Community is past it. They are on threshold, but it may not matter. The Falcons are the only team, I believe, with all 3 alive besides Team Clapper, who I believe are nearly dead last. The Falcons are probably going to win it. Can anybody answer the call to stop this dynasty? Shifty.
They were a wild card for a reason, was that team Clapper, but what can they do when you have the playable space, when you have the angles? They're unleashing their inner kaijus and reaping it straight across. To Lennon we go, FIFA sitting ducks in the water.
Chance. There's no chance. The Falcons have the best position. All three up, plenty of resources. Look how many plates they have. Everything is going their way. The only thing that could make this difficult is if this next zone pulls towards Rocket. If they get the pull, maybe. The problem is, it's in the water. It's got to pull all the way to Freddy for this to even be a problem for the Falcons. They've got the best spot. It does. It goes to the Falcons. They have the best spot. They are going to win this game. It's just a matter of time. There has to be an absolutely Herculean effort from somebody else in this lobby to stop this tournament from being over.
And they are just putting the pressure onto everyone. Left out into the gas we go. Biffle wants to claim the top of that elimination leaderboard, wants to cement the dynasty. We talked about it. Is it the last dance? I don't know, but they could cement themselves in history here.
The Falcons, the flip of the coin, lands on a nice edge. Freddy, Zanks, you have no chance, my friends. All three up, and they're gonna style on them. The Falcons needed one. The Falcons are your champions. They are inevitable. The dynasty has been etched in stone forever. The Falcons are the best Warzone team of all time. There is no question. There is no debate. No one can shake their finger at him and say, not today. Think about the history. Think about the other teams. The Falcons are the best team to ever grace this game.
You heard it from the Falcons themselves, the interview stating that there is not a single player in the world that they would ever replace one another with. If this is true, if this is Biffle's last dance, you might as well write the perfect final chapter here in Urzikstan.
Vegas goes wild for the champions. Was it what we expected? Sure. Did it happen the way we expected? Certainly not. But when you awoke the Falcons soared, and they won this whole event. Falcons are gonna head down to the stage where all the fans are crowding around, because sure, they've won $300,000, but they've also won a trophy that they've gotta lift to.
Hisoka Y Caldera, he reigns supreme here in Urzikstan. Biffle with a back-to-back alongside Shifty as the boys approach one of their prizes, the trophy here, lifted by some of the greatest of all times.
There is no more question. There's no mark on anybody's name. Everybody believes these are the best three players in the world. The Falcons are your World Series of Warzone